What's good, everybody? It's Rob back with another video. I'm here to give you my first 48 hours with the Pixel 3a XL. Now, first off, let me start by saying that I got this at a very good price through Best Buy. This is the unlocked version. It's not connected to any carrier whatsoever. Real quick, I got it for $4.79. Best Buy gives you a $100 gift card back. So if you look at it as $100 discounted from the gift card, it was actually $3.79, not counting taxes. Let me start off by saying that I've been very happy with this phone. Stock Android on any kind of phone is never a disappointment. It's always a good thing to me. Now, if you're a fan of stock Android, you will like this phone. As far as the build materials, the plastic backing kind of can throw you off a little bit if you're not used to it. Sometimes people equate certain materials with the actual quality of the phone, and this does kind of give you the feel of a mid-range phone, but at the same time, no, you're going in, this is a mid-range phone. So I mean, you shouldn't really have any quarrels about basically the materials, knowing the price, cost, and the materials that's involved. But there are some phones out there that has metal and glass build at actually a much lesser price point than this phone. I think what's make this phone of more of a value is the camera, software, as far as just the actual fluidity of the software, you know, kind of makes you a little bit more forgivable of the materials that this phone is made of. Display wise, this is a real good 1080p panel. You do have the large forehead and chin, but I've dealt with phones with larger foreheads and chins. You do have the dual speakers, which is pretty good. They're pretty decent. I'm kind of happy with those so far. One of the nicer features that I do like, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you, is call screen. Now, call screen is real good. I've been using this feature pretty much more than any other thing on this phone, more than the camera. But here's a quick sample of how call screen works. Normally, sometimes if you get a call, you get an option to hit screen call on your dialer, and this is what you would hear.
Hi, the person you're calling is using a screening service from Google and will get a copy of this conversation. Go ahead and say your name and why you're calling.
And normally, if there's a response to that, then the spam caller, or you know, whatever it is, the telemarketer will hear this in return.
Please remove this number from your mailing and contact list. Thanks and goodbye.
And I've pretty much been using this one more so than anything off the phone. I mean, man, it's like night and day having to deal with it, because the funny part about it is the minute they hear that, if they don't even want to deal with that, they get frustrated and then they hang up. So that's one of the cooler features that I've been really enjoying about this phone. The processor, it is a mid-range processor, the 670 processor, but you know, it is what it is. Again, that's part of the price point. Let me also give you a quick battery life report. From a battery life standpoint, this phone has been like really off the charts as far as just my first day of usage. Now, as you can see on here, my first charge lasted about 1 day, 8 hours was the last time that it was on a charger. And at the time, my total screen on time was 5 hours and 46 minutes. And I had 21% of the battery left. And I haven't even kicked in the adaptive battery saving mode. I was still using the battery without any extra features there to help save battery consumption. So for that part, battery life is really great, man. So I've been really appreciating that. But next week will be the telltale of the story about how well this phone do, because I get to put it through its paces at work. I'm going to take it, stick my SIM card in there for work, and use it as my work phone for the next I guess week or so, and give you my assessment of the phone then. But for the most part, this phone is really great. So far, I could recommend this phone. There's a lot of reasons why I think in a lot of ways that Google didn't really step up the processor on this phone. I think in a lot of ways they didn't want to cannibalize the much more expensive line of the Pixel, and I can understand a lot of choices, you know, why they made the choices they did with materials and the processor for building this phone. But for the most part, I think Google has a hit on their hand with this phone as far as a mid-ranger with a flagship camera and flagship software, and this will probably be the first mid-ranger phone with Android Q. There's no doubt this will be the first phone with Android Q from a mid-range standpoint. Again, that pretty much does it for my first 48 hours. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Other than that, I'll catch everybody in the next video. I'm out.